get this animating a fairly simple animation, which is great. And there's actually a decent amount of progress I made here. So I put together this animation, which is just a really simple transformation where a square turns into a circle. Like that. Very similar to the WebGL render that I've been working with already. But this one runs faster and it runs entirely in the browser. So you don't have to run Python in another window or anything like that, which is great. So now it's going to amount to porting over all of the logic that's in the WebGL renderer and in the frame server, which I use to, well, serve the frames. All of that needs to be moved into either Python or JavaScript, and probably JavaScript would be better. But I think first I want to get a play button. Let me move this over there. I'm gonna try to get a play button down here. And for that, I'm basically gonna copy the JavaScript renderer. So I go to Manim renderer here. How did I get the buttons? Looks like there was only a few buttons. I'm just gonna copy this whole thing. I think this is all the buttons and just bring this over. Here, I think. Just... Oh, that didn't work, or through some error, which I guess I should have expected. I'm gonna remove this, all this commented code. I don't need that, and then let's see. Invalid end tag, okay. Line 51, so some problem with bringing this over. Does this match up? That matches up. I think there's an extra div. I guess like that. Let's see. That's mapped to the play function, that makes sense. Pausing, not implemented, that's fine. Then the reset camera button is also fine. Although I think... I wonder why I pass an argument here. Whatever, I don't care. Okay, so I have a play button now. Okay, that worked better than I thought it would. Let me see about getting the camera reset. So I drag this. Oh, that works too. I wonder what this argument does. Controls not reset. I don't even know what this dot controls is. Orbit controls. Why something from 3JS? I mean, it's got to be. Reset the control so it doesn't take an argument. Okay, so I guess controls.reset this doesn't have to be here. Great. Okay. Let me actually read the style data firstly. So right now, oh, there's actually gonna be a lot of rendering logic to move over. Let me zoom this in. So right now, it's just removing everything from the scene, then adding back the objects that are being added. So yeah, first things first, let me see how to get that style data from the object. So I'm just gonna log the Python object here. So that should give me something to work with. And then I'm gonna look back in the code to see how to even get the style data from objects. Guess it'll be in vectorized object. Things like the fill data, stroke, or fill color, stroke color, that stuff. Get style. It actually seems perfect. Fill RGBA stroke with gloss and shadow. I don't know how to do. I'm also not sure the data types of self.data at fill RGBA stroke with. Let me see what I can read from the object. So this is the object.data, that should work. Object.data. I put in fill RGBA. I don't get anything. How is it .get? Then I get something. But I don't know what it is. RGBA. It looks like it's probably 3 numbers. Well, then are they numbers from 0 to 1 or numbers from... Actually, I can figure this out. So that's fill RGBA. Let me see that. I'll get the first one. Oh. So it's an object. I'm just going to log it. Or use get style. But I'll just do that from module ops or whatever. Actually, not from there. I'll do it from render, I guess. Actually, I can just do it here. Maybe print mob.get style and just see what that gives me. Yes, this is pretty helpful. It's a NumPy array with a nested I don't know why it contains a nested array. That's kind of strange. But since it does... Stroke car. So here I have I have just a hexadecimal digit, so I'm gonna have to convert that. Let's see. Temp1 dot data fill RGBA is this dot get at 0 dot get at 0 again. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, it's dot get at fill RGBA. Dot get at 0 dot get at 0 again. So that gives me the R component. G B A. Wait, why would this be 0? Oh, this is the fill. Okay, so that's fair. And then this should be undefined. Great. I actually have to do my shortcuts. Okay. So I'm gonna have to find a way to convert this to a hexadecimal digit for this. So I'm gonna need something like it's gonna be like this dot color from actually all of this I should just make this into one like style from object or something. Style from object, and then I'll just put in the Python object here. And this one I want to comment. Okay. Should actually, maybe this should be in utils or something. Since I think I'm already importing utils. Or maybe not. Do I even have utils? I do have it. Okay, I gotta import that. Import star as utils. It should this be like this? Okay, then extract from object proto. That was a pretty useful one. Won't be helpful anymore though. I still need extract points or something like it. So then, okay, let me write this style from object or from Python object. This is going to receive a proxy. I'm basically going to have to fill out all of these fields. Starting with the colors, which I think are the most annoying. So, how to convert from 3 decimals into hexadecimals? Maybe I can just Google this. There's got to be a library to do that on its own. Actually, maybe the 3JS can do it on its own. If we look at color, Great, this can actually take this. So I can pass this. Can I get the hexadecimal back from it? RGB. Actually, maybe I won't have to. I think this is just going to convert it to a 3JS color anyway. So let me check the object class. It's somewhere here. It's going to get the style. I gotta be honest, I have no idea where it sets the color. Here it sets opacities. It's gotta be in, here's the stroke mesh. Where's the fill mesh? This is probably easier. Here. Nope, not there. Three dot mesh, three dot shape buffer geometry, this dot shapes. So that's gonna come from the material. I need to compute fill material. Killacoda, what's up? Okay, so I have good news and bad news related to online rendering. The good news is everything that's in the WebGL renderer is totally possible for rendering in the browser. All of that will definitely be doable. The bad news is I still have to do the dumb keyframes. Well, right now my code is broken, so I can't show you. Or maybe you saw it before, but I still have to do the keyframe stuff. Like, if I uncomment this, I think that'll unbreak it. Nope, what's the problem now? Like a timeline editor or something as well. Yeah, it's also going to be a timeline editor. Unfortunately. So it's basically the same thing. Have you used the WebGL renderer before? But it's basically going to do this. Oh, well. A little bit, okay. But it's basically going to do this. The other thing is... Okay, so the answer is the reason for that is a little bit technical. But the way that rendering usually happens in JavaScript is by writing a function which is called on every frame. That's a very different way of programming than what you do with Manim normally. For example, if you go to the online P5 editor, they make you draw they make you have a function like this in game dev, yeah. But like that's why this is like this. Or if you go to any of their examples. FFT sounds interesting. Use your microphone. Test, test. That's cool. Anyway, they'll all have a function like this. And doing this with Manim is totally possible. Like I can allow for the user to write a function like this and that be called on every frame. And that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. dot data dot get stroke RGBAs. Is that similar to updaters? It is quite similar. The thought pattern is very similar to updaters. Because if you were writing a function that is being called every frame, you'd sort of, like everything is sort of one big updater. So yeah. Why is this thing still complaining? Stroke color proxy, okay. So here's the stroke RGBAs. I think I want to put stroke color proxy dot get at 0. I already forgot how to read this. Template dot data dot get stroke RGBAs. Oh, that didn't work. Can I do temp1 dot data dot, oh, it's get at stroke RGBA singular dot get at 0 dot get at 0 again. It's doing that get, okay, so that get at 0 again. Then this is the stroke color proxy dot get at 0, 1, 2. Okay. Stroke opacity is going to be this. Get at 3. So this isn't a color necessarily. Stroke RGB A, I'll call it. Oh wait, is that supposed to be singular? I forgot already. It probably was. It is, yeah. Okay. Stroke RGBA, get a 0, 0, 1, 2. And there's 3. Okay. I have to rename this. Stroke opacity, this. Okay, this will be similar to this. This will be the fill. Didn't need to do that twice. And this will be like that. Yeah, 3 stroke width. I think this is just Python object dot data dot get at stroke width. Something like this. And I can pass the style like that. And unexpected comma, 189. Wait, where? Oh. There. Okay, this will still break, I'm pretty sure. I'm actually almost 100% sure. Yeah, okay, style from object, not a function. That makes sense. It was from utils. Move this over to the object constructor. Oh, this is gonna have to work with default styles. Actually, no, it doesn't. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I have to work with default styles at all. Maybe I don't even want to hold on to the style. I just make this style as object data style. Then fill mesh, fill materials. Basically both of these materials I'm gonna have to take out. So fill color, this is a 3-dot color. The fill opacity is a number, so that's fine. Then the stroke material here. This one have to be a 3-dot color. This might work, but probably not. Style from object is not a function. Okay, let's see why it says that. Style from Python object. Well, the fill is there. Why is the stroke not there? Okay, so the stroke isn't appearing. Stroke width. That looks right. Oh wait, I think this is not get at 0. Now that didn't help. We need to re-implement like every single object method. No. So what's happening right here is I'm rewriting the rendering logic. So basically, I don't have to rewrite object methods, but I do have to rewrite the logic to display objects. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. Yeah, stroke width was wrong. And still wrong if this is according to these prints. So the logic behind this is that on each frame I'm going to iterate through all them objects and read them from Python. And then the question is, well, once I read that data, what do I do with it? And how do I display it? And that's what I'm rewriting. Stroke width is still wrong. Oh, I think this has to be not get at 0 twice. Great, I did it. So now I can just return this. Great. The ID. I can't call the ID function from Python. Or maybe I can. If I did, well, let me see. I'd probably have to print out the pyodide reference. How to get their ID? Maybe I can just write a function in Python that gets some object's ID. And undo that. The browser renderer. I'm already iterating throughout the objects. Each time it plays, I iterate through all the objects. And then it makes the copy. So I guess I can just do mob. Oh wait, didn't I might have set mob